I was an athlete growing up. I started playing softball when I was 5 years old. I was pretty good at it and started playing more club. I was hugely passionate about it. I wanted to go all the way through to college at a collegiate level. That was my ultimate dream. Unfortunately, by the time I was in 8th grade, I started getting back pain. It would radiate down my left leg. Would go down that kind of traditional route. Go see the general practitioner, get prescribed anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxers, physical therapy. And that was the regimen, and that's what we did. So from the time I was about 13 till I was 16, those episodes started to become more frequent. At this point, 16 years old, go into my medical doctor's office and am now being prescribed Vicodin. I hated that medication. I couldn't play when I took it. And I couldn't play when I didn't take it because I was in so much pain. So at that point, I just decided my career is over at 16 years old and I'm done. My dream, UCLA, all of that out the door. And that was a defeating moment. It was a real defining moment in my life where I felt completely failed. Failed by my body, failed by my practitioner. So I come across this ad for an office assistant. So I go into this office and I'm watching these patients come in and out and they are smiling and happy to be there and hugging. And I'm thinking, what is this place? Every time I had gone into my medical doctor's office, I was in tears. I was in pain. It was not an enjoyable experience whatsoever. So immediately I was intrigued. What is this place? And what are they doing here that everybody's so happy? And so I go in for my interview. I get the job. And so after I had worked there for several weeks, maybe a couple months, the doctor of the clinic came to me and he said, okay, Robyn, well, how do you feel about becoming a patient? And I said, oh, well, I don't know. And he said, well, have you ever been to a chiropractor before? And I was like, no. And he said, do you know what we do? And I was like, nope. He said, would you like to? I said, sure. So I scheduled a new patient appointment. I go and I tell him my story and my history. And I'm just thinking in the background, he's going to do what every other doctor has done. Why is this going to be any different? And boy, was I wrong. Because it was very different. It was the first time that I got a thorough examination. It was the first time that a doctor came closer than 5 feet away from me. It was the first time I got a set of x-rays to even diagnose and understand what was going on with my condition. And he walks in the room and he says, Robyn, I know exactly what your problem is. And I said, what? Excuse me? And he said, the better news is I can help you. And I was just taken aback in that. No doctor had ever said that to me, through years and years and years of treatment, getting no better, getting worse, losing my, passion, my desire, the thing that I love the most in my life. He puts my x-rays up. He goes over with me exactly where my x-rays have issues, but my right hip was severely rotated forward. On x-ray, you could see how rotated it was. So he puts me on a course of treatment, and within 30 days, my pain was completely gone and had never come back. That was 22 years ago. It was so life-changing when that occurred. I got instantly angry. I thought, why wasn't there one person, a doctor, a teacher, a neighbor, a coach, anyone who just said, take that girl to a chiropractor? It would have changed my life in 30 days or less. And so I grew so passionate at that time that if I could help one other person avoid having to go through what I went through and have a different trajectory on their future, then man, I did my service. I paid that forward. 22 years of being in this industry, I'm happy to say that I've been able to help tens of thousands of people find natural health care as a solution to their life.